Hello everyone, my name is Qinghai Chen. The corresponding author is my doctoral advisor Mengkong Zheng. I am glad here to meet everyone. The topic I am going to talk about is online interactive chart choosers for novice visual designers, assistance and restriction. Today I want to talk about 4 parts. In order is introduction, methods, results and discussion, and conclusion. In the results and discussion section, I will report 5 parts: chart types and data relationship, the ranking of preferences, the system usability scale, the comprehensive performance, and the last part is assistance and restriction. With the expansion of visualization into applications in different fields, visualization has gradually attached importance to the visual narrative and aesthetics. Therefore, we often need the cooperation of data analysts, statistical professionals, content editors, and visual designers to present a complete and persuasive InfoVis project. In the process of visualization, a basic question often encountered by novice graphic designers is, which type of chart should be used? Graphic designers without statistical training will be confused about the data relationship and the chart type they correspond to. At this time, assistive tools are important. Gradually, we can also see more and more visualization reference guides. These represent the needs of users, and visualization experts are actively developing tools or guides for most people to use, even though people have different opinions of chart choosers in the visualization community. We know nothing about novice designers' design processes and strategies when they need to translate a dataset into a visualization story. Therefore, we want to know the following 4 purposes. First, understand the process of novice designers designing visualization stories. Second, grasp the steps of the novice designers using the chart choosers. Third, the preferences and opinions of the novice designer on the 6 chart choosers. Fourth, the usability evaluation of the chart chooser by the novice designers. The study collected 6 online interactive chart choosers from the data visualization communities. Visual vocabulary, from Data to Viz, Data Visualization Catalog, Interactive Chart Chooser, the DataViz Project, Juicebox. We call them CC01 to CC06 to simplify the names. We can see that most of the process is display all available graph types, then switch different data relationship category, and the last is display the graph type description. The CC01 is different from others. It shows data relationships categories first, and then display available graph types. How does this affect users? When participants saw CC05, they thought, wow, so many types for graph to choose, and let me pick one I like to see, if it corresponds to my data relationship. But when they saw CC01, they thought, I need to figure out the data relationship first. That's our 2 different thinking processes. In addition, we also use datasets. All 3 datasets are taken from public data, in order not to make the participants feel unfamiliar with the subject and increase time and cognitive load. The data subject is closer to the participants' life and culture. We want participants focus on creating and telling stories of visualization. The data relationships are partially the same, but there's also the difference. We want to understand what data relationships they choose to correspond to the chart type, and present the visualization story they want to tell. The 10 participants were all students in design school, aged 22 to 26, including 4 males and 6 females. The definition of a novice designer in the study is a student who is still studying and not yet engaged in design work. They have not received professional training in statistics and data visualization, and they have no experiences using 6 chart chooser in the study. They usually use Word, Excel, Illustrator, and Keynote. We randomly assign the 10 participants into 2 groups. 5 participants in Group A reference the chart choosers in the whole tasks, and the others in Group B were free to create charts without reference, and then let them try the 6 chart choosers after drawing. Let me introduce the procedure clearly. The first stage was to fill in a questionnaire for personal charting experience. The second stage was to conduct 3 tasks. The third stage was a semi-structured interview, including rating preference, and filled out the system usability scale. Group A can refer the chart choosers to complete the tasks, but Group B did not. 3 tasks are all limited to 30 minutes. The tasks and interviews were conducted in the laboratory. We set up a 21-inch iMac to present 6 online interactive chart chooser. 3 datasets were printed on paper. The A4 paper was divided into 3 sections: the dataset description, a graph area, and a story area, which were used to describe the chart they draw on text. Tools for drawing were colored pencils and black markers. All 10 participants completed the 3 tasks. We collected total 30 sheets. These are partial results drawn by participants. We didn't limit the type or number of charts they drew, so we can see some participants drew 2 or more types of charts in the same subject. Group A uses 10 chart types, while Group B uses 7 chart types. The graph shows the amount of chart types mapping data relationships. We can see that the data relationships presented most are magnitude and part to whole. The bar chart and pie chart are the most on the choice of the chart types. Even if chart choosers assisted participants, most of them still chose familiar charts, but we can see there are still 3 more types in Group A than Group B, and 9 out of 10 participants also said that chart choosers could help them draw charts. Some participants said that if they have more time, they will use the chart chooser as well. In the ranking of preferences, the top 1 is CC02, the top 2 is CC01, the top 3 is CC05. Participants in the interview describe the advantages of top 1, which are plentiful, comprehensive, classified, prompted, precise information, beautiful graph, and etc. There are 11 terms related to practicality and 4 related to aesthetics. We use acceptability to describe the SUS score. From the table above, we can see that the total number of acceptable that can be obtained for each chart chooser is in order from CC03, CC05, CC02, CC01, CC06, and CC04. That is to say, CC03 and CC05 are both 60% acceptable. Moreover, an excellent assistant tool should make users want to use it often. If we take the average score of the first question, I think that I would like to use this system frequently. CC05 average 4.7 is the highest. Although CC03 ranks 4th in preference, the usability evaluation is tied for top 1 with CC05. CC03 has the most features in 6 online interactive chart choosers. In addition to the chart type description, there are links to actual examples, a list of tools or software that can produce the chart, and a video tutorial introduction. For beginners to visualize charts, it helps a lot. CC01, CC02, and CC05 are in the top 3 rankings for preference and usability. They have some common characteristics. First, the graphic design and color scheme of the website is planned, and second, the visual style is consistent. Based on the evaluation of the participants' preferences and usability evaluations, the difference between the preferences of CC05 and CC02 is only 0.4, and the SUS acceptability is that CC05 is 1 more than CC02. If we add Peter Morville's desirable element and evaluate it with I think that I would like to use this system frequently, CC05 becomes the chart chooser that novice designers want to use. The novice designer's preference for online interactive chart choosers requires more practicality than aesthetics. Because of their aesthetic training, designers have a certain level of requirements for the visual design of the interface. However, under the pressure of time constraints, to complete a task that requires rational thinking, at the same time they are unfamiliar with visualization, information, and visual clarity are the primary requirements. When Chart Choosers has a precise chart classification, it allows users to determine what type to use quickly. During the interview, 5 participants in Group A said Chart Chooser will not limit the creativity of charting and they assist them in drawing. 4 participants in Group B said that it might help them drawing charts if using Chart Choosers from the beginning in 3 tasks, but one said, Too many styles interferes with thinking about the data. The practical, beautiful, and clear online interactive chart chooser makes novice designers interested in referencing. At the same time, they also think that by referring to these plentiful materials, they can learn more about data and charts. Thanks for your attention.